The forgotten World War II home defense trick that outsmarts modern intruders. During World War II, civilians weren't just sitting ducks waiting for bombs or invading soldiers. They became the unsung strategists of home survival, turning ordinary houses into fortresses with nothing more than scrap metal, thorny bushes, and raw ingenuity. While modern security systems boast motion sensors, infrared cameras, and Wi-Fi alarms, they can fail in a heartbeat. What these World War II defenders perfected, often without even realizing it, is a form of home defense that still outsmarts today's intruders. And it's about more than doors and locks. It's about perception, preparation, and patience. The beauty of these forgotten tricks lies in their simplicity. You don't need a battery, an app, or a monthly subscription. Just smart placement, clever materials, and a little understanding of human behavior. The lessons these people left behind weren't documented in fancy manuals for the elite. They were written in the backyards of ordinary homes, where everyday people learned to slow down, frustrate, and ultimately stop intruders with layered, practical defenses. Home front defense was a matter of life and death. By 1940, Britain was bracing for invasion. The threat wasn't hypothetical. Rumors of paratroopers dropping behind enemy lines were everywhere. Civilians were given one stark instruction: prepare your home as if the enemy could be on your doorstep by morning. What followed wasn't just DIY security. It was the birth of a philosophy that combined common sense, psychology, and tactical brilliance. Families, they reinforced their doors with steel plates salvaged from factories, and windows were protected with wooden slats or wire mesh that could, slow down any attempt at forced entry. But, honestly, the most ingenious defenses were the ones that didn't look like defenses at all. Thorny hedges planted beneath windows weren't just ornamental. They were living obstacles. Hawthorn, holly, and barberry shrubs, those things tore through clothing and skin, creating an almost invisible psychological and physical barrier. Intruders didn't realize the danger until they were already stuck, scratched, or bleeding. This wasn't really about creating an impenetrable fortress. It was about delaying, deterring, and controlling movement. A homeowner didn't need to fight off the intruder physically. Slowing them down gave time for reaction, for alerting neighbors, or heck, just for the intruder to reconsider the risk. Today, this is exactly what modern layered security aims to do, but, without the elegance and reliability of the old methods. World War II. Home defense wasn't just physical. Psychological deterrence was a silent weapon. Decoy helmets in windows, fake guard posts, and warning signs reading "House protected by Home Guard" were cheap, easy to implement, and, honestly, extremely effective. Intruders didn't know which homes were fortified and which were not, and that uncertainty often caused hesitation. Modern security can learn a lot from this. Visible cameras, motion-triggered lights, and even signage telling potential intruders they're being watched. All of that taps into the same principle. It's not trickery, it's perception as power. When someone hesitates, you've already won half the battle without a single confrontation. So, how do we apply World War II defense today? The genius of these strategies is that they are entirely adaptable. Start at the perimeter. Decorative bushes under windows might look nice, but honestly, they don't deter anyone. Replace them with thorny, dense plants that are difficult to climb through or hide in. Gravel paths outside doors and entryways don't just look charming, they scream alert. Every step crunches underfoot, signaling movement, slowing an intruder, and forcing mistakes. Doors are another critical point. During the war, horizontal crossbars prevented doors from being kicked in. Now, you don't need old wood. Today's steel bar locks or reinforced solid core doors, they replicate that same principle. They are simple, silent, and fail-proof. Electricity is optional, signal strength irrelevant, just strength, placement, and integrity. Visibility is another underestimated tool. Back during the war, blackout curtains protected homes from bombers, but, strategic light use could actually reveal movement and create temporary blindness for intruders. These days, modern motion lights pretty much do the same thing. Controlled exposure that highlights threats without putting the defender at risk. Honestly, a well-placed light can force an intruder to move awkwardly, reveal their position, or just give up and abandon the attempt entirely. Layered defense is timeless. What made World War II home defenses so effective was, well, layering. One obstacle on its own might slow someone down, but when you put together a series of challenges, like thorny hedges, gravel paths, reinforced doors, and visual deterrence, you multiply the effectiveness exponentially. Each layer buys time, makes noise, and increases the intruder's risk. Modern security systems often fall short here. If the Wi-Fi goes down or the battery dies, all your defenses can collapse. Layered physical defenses, though, they don't. Try walking barefoot over crushed seashells, or try navigating a dense hedge at night. Pain, noise, and confusion become instant allies to a prepared defender. The principle is straightforward: control movement, buy time, and force hesitation. Lessons from history for today? Well, they're more than just stories. The World War II home defense legacy isn't nostalgia. It's really a blueprint for real-world resilience. These folks didn't have alarms, cameras, or instant communication. They relied on planning, creativity, and relentless awareness. Their homes were their training ground, and every step, plant, and plank had a purpose. By reinforcing doors, planting strategic hedges, layering visual and physical deterrence, and thinking like a defender, modern survivalists and preppers are practicing the same discipline. They're not just protecting property, they're adopting a mindset that has survived war, chaos, and, well, human ingenuity. World War II. Home defense teaches us that real security isn't flashy. It's deliberate, layered, and adaptable. Every obstacle counts. Every moment of hesitation you force an intruder is a victory. And the best part? You don't need a single gadget to make it work. So, if you want to make your home a fortress that outsmarts intruders today, take a page from the past. Use history as your blueprint. Reinforce your doors, control visibility, plant defenses that hurt both physically and psychologically, and always remember that, well, perception is a powerful weapon. If this deep dive into forgotten World War II home defenses sparked ideas for your own survival setup, well, you might want to stick around. Make sure you subscribe to History's Survival Code and, share this with someone who values real, proven methods over hype. Real defense starts at home, and the lessons from history are just waiting for you to put them into action. Stay sharp, stay ready, and keep history alive in your defense.